is the spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate, which is also from BioWare. First off, it's got tactical combat that feels very similar to the way that the tactical combat worked in Baldur's Gate, except in Dragon Age, it's full 3D, so you can pull the camera back and you can adjust it around and have full control over the experience. Pause and play as well, if you really want to direct the actions of your party. The story and the narrative, the dialogue, the way that flows is going to be very reminiscent of Baldur's Gate, so fans that love that kind of storyline are going to enjoy Dragon Age Origins as well. And the team is the same. A lot of the same members that worked on Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights and Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect, Jade Empire, some of the great games that you love from BioWare are working on Dragon Age Origins. I think the world is going to feel, you know, really reminiscent as well. The dark heroic fantasy. Baldur's Gate you had a taste of that in that game. We're taking it to a whole new level in DAO. And of course, it's from BioWare, so it's the next fantasy RPG from BioWare, and we're going to make it our best game yet.
I'm a fantasy role-player game from way back, and Dragon Age Origins is exactly the kind of fantasy role-playing adventure that a gamer like me has been wanting for a number of years. We've got henchmen that are so well realized. You want to talk with them all the time. You want to get their stories. You want to get their reactions to things, and they'll give it. They'll give their opinions. They'll give their reactions. They may yell at you sometimes. And of course the romances, you've got all the combat, you've got a huge story that I haven't seen since Baldur's Gate 2, and I love Baldur's Gate 2.
The world that the writers have made have just so fully developed, just the history and the religion and the politics.
It is not a full notion. Our arguments with the Orlesians are a thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
When you actually become one of these great heroes and everything like that, you have all these interactions with all the different cultures, and you get to make choices based on how you are, not on how the populace is, and you actually have some sort of an influence on that.
There is a certain amount of darkness in Dragon Age Origins that that players will be subject to, and it's not always clear cut as to how you should respond.
I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you?
It's interesting when you sit down with the folks and they compare what we did back then in the Baldur's Gate days to what we're doing now. It's amazing having that, effectively, that connection back to the game. I think that's in many ways what forms the foundation for being the spiritual successor.
And really taking it to a whole new level, like the sort of the next generation interpretation, bringing it to a technology enhancement and making the tools better. It's got user-generated tools and a whole bunch of cool things we're adding to the experience that enhance what we did in Baldur's Gate in Dragon Age Origins.
There's just so much to do, so much to see, so many people to talk to, and it's just a beautiful world to play in.
In many ways, return to BioWare's classic past. A lot of the gameplay players will see is very much like we used to do in Baldur's Gate, like the very carefully choreographed combats. They're almost like a chess match, which you have to figure out and try and solve. So it's really it's a very intellectual and exciting game at the same time. It's something that you don't see in other games right now. The industry has moved to sort of different areas. Yet there's still a ton of people, ourselves and folks at BioWare and lots of fans that want that traditional style of gameplay we did in the Baldur's Gate series. And Dragon Age Origins brings it back in a great, super high-tech, awesome presentation.